He as well. He has the runs, he has the shots, but he needs some company at the other end. I wonder what his approach will be, Monali, from here on.
75 for 4. They're going out again, 6 runs and over. He still has a little bit of time. Get his eye in, and then he can go for it. Something tells me he's going to be swinging for ball 1, though. Off the mark, picks up 2.
Yeah, you could sense that Jimmy Neesham has come out with a plan over here. He needs to blast his way to a couple of big hits. Yeah, just took that on the full. The bat turning in the hand was a little slow on the turn. A quicker throw, and I reckon Jimmy Neesham would have been struggling a bit. Yeah, with the left arm spinner bowling into him, Neesham would want to believe this is the best opportunity to just free his arms. Smartly bowled.
Yeah, a good delivery to pick up the wicket of Harsh Thakur in this again. Allowing for 0 room. Jimmy Neesham to get under the ball.
And this partnership will need to grow and build. Another 2. Very nicely done. Good running.
Oh, he's being put through the paces here. Again, very, very full. The advantage is he's a tall man. Long strides. Played an incredible knock the other day with that half century. Smashed them all around the park.
Yeah, I was just trying to go for that paddle. Maybe a scoop. Just changed the shot at the very end. Nicely bowled. And a good over as well. 6 runs and the wicket of Thakur.
On to kick on for a bigger score.
I met Dipendra Singh Airi a couple of days ago, and I told him you're the Virat Kohli of Nepal cricket, and his friend tells me Virat Kohli is the Dipendra Singh Airi of Indian cricket. How nicely put. Indeed, he's got such a fan following here. Another quiet over. Only 4 runs coming off it. Not helping the bowl scores at the moment. They'll need to find some big. Harsh Thakur's 5 for 23. Chora found the fielder in the deep. Mahto with that catch. It was an absolute cliffhanger contest where the Bolts won by 1 run.
He's certainly trying hard. Using his feet, swinging at everything. But that strike rate is a bit worrisome for Nico. Going at 52. Ishan Pandey, 3 wickets so far, best of 2 for 11. Batted really well in the last game.
He's my find for the Sudur Paschim Royals, Monali. Maturity that he's shown, the way he's absorbed pressure, the way he's taken responsibility in the middle overs. This will be a good contest. Ishan to Neesham. Yeah, don't flight it. Don't flight it, is the message given to him by his captain.
I think we saw what happens when you flight it to Jimmy Neesham in the last game. You will end up in the stands.
Well, if you drag it short, the result will be the same as well. Just over Airi. He was in business for the longest time. I'm sure Neesham had his heart in his mouth as well. But that's the first 6 for the Janakpur Bolts coming in the 15th over. Courtesy Neesham's bat.
You have to be so accurate when you bowl to this man. Dragged down, was able to get a free flow of those arms. That's another Siddhartha Bank maximum. What an effort in the deep as well. You'd expect nothing less from the big man. That's the first one he's teed off on. 13 off 8, Jimmy Neesham. Very close to the 100 mark. Might see some overthrows. I think that's been one of the problems for me with the Royals. Yes, they're very active in the field, but they don't know when to hold the ball. Sometimes you just got to hold on, calm down, take a breath, hold the ball.
Are you referring to the hyperactiveness of the fielders sometime in the middle? And they have a spring in their stride, quite obviously. Much better. No collisions with Mr. Neesham. Nico will have to be careful. They almost ran into each other.
I think we know who's going to win that contest.
Now look at that. Only because they have not played with each other so much in the middle, they're lacking that coordination. 10 runs coming off over number 15. It's been a productive one for the Janakpur Bowl. Stage is set for Neesham to free his arms. Done with over number 15.
So 5 to go. Game on the line. Neesham at the crease. Box office stuff here in the playoffs of the MPL. Who else would you want to be bowling but Dipender Singh Ari? Darren Gough joins me for the first time today. Goughy, great to be with you again, pal.
Oh, love it. Love being on with you, Lenny. Legend of Nepal. And here we go. Jimmy Neesham's come to the party. If I'm his coach, I'm wanting him to go in with 10 to go all day long. But you can't rely on one man. But to be fair, if they want to get a good total here, it's going to be down to this man, Jimmy Neesham. He can be very, very destructive.
Young Arniko Yadav has played a curious innings, hasn't he? Just 11 off 19. But I just can't understand for the life of me why it wasn't Neesham at 5, or if it was going to be Neesham, why wasn't it Mohammed Mohsin, who's played a few nice cameos?
Yeah, strange setup, full stop. I think Hashtaka was a strange innings. Arniko Yadav, strange innings. And it gives Jimmy Neesham with no choice to come to the crease and go straight away.
तपाईं हाम्रो जीवन सहज अनि स्वस्थ भइरहेका
We're just living in it, Darren Gough. He does it again. That baller in the field, all 3 dimensions. The Tiger roars once more.
Well, you're definitely right about that. We've talked about the impact he has. He lifts his team and he fires another one in. Nothing but middle stump. Absolutely dead. Plumb in front of middle. A strange innings comes to the end for Arniko Yadav. 11 from 20 balls. The Bolts struggling. 97 for 5.
We're in the middle of December. Just a week today to go to Christmas. And we have the most perfect winter sunshine. Must be 21, 22 degrees. This is like, well, I don't know about you in York. In Dublin, this is the peak of the summer.
Well, I thought we were in the Caribbean this morning. Short Speedos on t-shirt, sunglasses. Beautiful morning. Absolute cracker, and it's brought the crowd in. The crowd have been electric, as you'd expect.
So nearly another for Irie. The big problem for Pupadu Dasanayaka now is Mohsin comes to the crease, but it's another left-hander. So Irie can just keep bowling at these lefties.
He does, and what he's done so well, Harry, is he fires it in, he mixes his pace up so well. He's a gun in the field, he's electric. With ball in hand, he's effective, and with the bat, he makes the opposition panic.
He can be lethal with the bat, can't he? I just love watching him play, like so many of the players here in this country. They're continuing to grow.
The right decision, it really was, but the pressure of batting first, you have to put runs on the board. And so far, it's been a strange innings, the way they've constructed it. They've just not got going, at all.
And Scotty Kugeline still has 2 overs to go. Like the way Dipender Singh Ari's mixed around his bowlers. He hasn't needed to use all of Avinash Pahara because he's been so good himself with the ball. Dipendra, 2 for 15, the pick of the bowlers. Safe Zabe, good too. This will be a good battle here. Kiwi v Kiwi. And the slower ball completely outfoxes his former international colleague.
8 bowlers they've used. The Royals, And you'd think by now, after facing him so many times, domestic cricket in the nets, he'd pick his slower ball. But it were a good one. You're expecting the ball to come down at 86, 87 miles an hour, and he throws in a off spinner.
And another one. This one has turned significantly. And credit to Bidad Bandari. Oh, right on the guideline. Nisham can't believe how far that's gone.
Thing, doesn't he? Hey? He'd say a Mini was a Discovery Land Rover when he's batting.
He came off only 24 balls and he's showing us that power again.
Very dangerous. New Zealand used him as in a super over as well, don't they? They used him in the World Cup final. Super over.
I just wonder is Kuggeleijn better going over the wicket? A little bit too predictable. 4 consecutive slower balls and 2 consecutive boundaries. For a man who's had a brilliant tournament, this is not great bowling here.
Another boundary. The charge is on from the balls.
Five in a row. 5 off cutters, the same ball. Over's already gone for 10. Just a bit of momentum for the Bolts.
Well, you've got Kuggeleijn, who can bowl the ball pretty heavy, right? Predictable at bowling 4 in a row, right? It makes you think you know what you're looking for then as a batter. For me, you've got to use it sparingly. You can use it a lot to the lower order batters because that's why the lower order batters, right? They don't pick it as well. But to someone like Nisham, whose set is in, use your best balls.
And you can see Nisham just recognised that and adjusted. Now he goes pace off. He was there. We all felt that they were favourites. That was massive off Mala. Fastest 50 of the tournament. 6s all around the ground. Effortless he makes it look.
He does. He's a powerful man, and like I said, the strength of him, he stays still at the crease. Look at his stillness. He powers to the leg side. He probably should have kept going to the leg side as well. He ended up, didn't he, clothing one to a backward point, I think it was.
Cutter to finish, and Mohsin will keep the strike. I don't think the Royals will mind about that. Can they get the second? No. Good thinking from Isham Pandey. Always on the ball to back it up. It's 110 for 5.
Yeah, Devendra is going to bowl his 4th over. Predictable left-hander on strike. Off-spinner bowling.
Slashed away. Protection out there, no timing at all, despite the fact it was a full toss. He does bowl a lot of the death, which you'd never think of, really, would you, as a right arm off spinner. But he's actually been one of Nepal's go-to death options over the last 2 years.
Yeah, he got away with that one, but yeah, I can see it. He bowls that like arm, goes on with the arm, doesn't it? Quite quick. I've seen him get a couple of LBWs with that one, so I can see why he bowls at the death with that delivery in his armoury.
Power of Nisham, simply spectacular. It's quite awesome when he gets it out of the screws, and that one was out of the screws. It's a Siddhartha Bank 6, and Nisham gets the bolts moving.
And this is the risk, though, isn't it? You try and fire it in, you drag it down a little bit, and Jimmy's there waiting to say good night. Off I go. Another huge hit to the leg side from Jimmy Nisham.
Oh, good night. Good night, Irene. That one's not coming back. Nisham on it again. A chance at 25,000 up in the crowd. But I don't think it was held on to. The Calty.com crowd catch.
Amazing power. Stillness at the crease again. He loves the follow through. He knows. Speaking to him the other day, he said, I know once I get it up in the air and I get decent contact, I can clear these boundaries at altitude. He flies.
Had to get it fuller. Missed the last twice. Now he'll have Mohsin to bowl to twice. That second one, it went a long way up. It didn't actually go that far. It just went to the heavens.
He knows, get height on it. He said, get it in the air, decent contact, and he flies.
Well bowled. Massive result for Irie. Not just the dot, but he won't bowl another ball to Neesham.
That's always a relief, isn't it? And somebody can hit it as well as he does.
It's 3. No big celebrations because there's still work to do for the Royals. Irie in the wickets again. Won't be happy with the 2 sixes he's gone for, but he fights back.
Yeah, he fights back well. The last 2 deliveries of the over from Irie.
Akash Tripathi, he simply has one role. It is get Neesham on strike. Chance he may not even face the ball here because he's at the non-striker's end. Neesham will look to do as much damage as he can with these final 12.
Yeah, I think we were talking about it off air, you know. If you're the coach, you want Jimmy Neesham to bat as many overs as he can, get a sighter, and it's going to end up, if he bats through now, you'd be thinking, wouldn't you, if only you'd have got in 2 or 3 overs, 3 overs earlier.
Clipped away, pace on. 4 more, misfield in the deep. Big moment, Neesham will keep the strike.
See, this is what it does. When a batter comes to the crease, who's capable of hitting any bowler out of the attack, and he hits a few maximums, panic sets in. Kuggeleijn, 15 wickets so far in this tournament. Bounces over the fielder.
Naresh Bhatia out there with the misfield. A critical error. He's one big one away from back-to-back 50s now. Now he's going to want to. Tripathi tries to get back, but Neesham says no, I'll be run out.
Well, I don't know if I think I'd have been pushing for 2 there, but the risk of getting run out, it's like anything. If Jimmy can just face 6 balls in an over and he's on song, anything can happen. Anything. 36 in the over, quite easily. He's capable of doing that.
Well, I think 36 in the over would obviously send this place into raptures and send it viral around the world yet again. But I think genuinely, if they could somehow get to 160, you might think that's a big ask.
Yeah, I thought, like I said, start 160 for me. I thought we had Saif on interview earlier while he was fielding, and he said we believe we can keep him under 150.
Well done, young Akash Tripathi. Good clarity of thought, gets the single.
Yeah, well played, actually. Put Jimmy Neesham back on strike. It's the only way they're going to get over that 150 mark. And like I said, Saif Saeed mentioned, but if they can just keep him under 50, look at that, the last 30 balls, they've upped the tempo, haven't they? 49 runs, just the 2 wickets. The Jimmy Neesham effect.
Absolutely, and it hasn't come a moment too soon for the Bolts fans. What a crowd we have again, love that view. Bowled him! Bowled him, bowled him, bowled him! And it's the off-cutter. Shows respect to Neesham, he doesn't celebrate it. That may change the equation from 160 down to 140 or less. It's a massive wicket, and it's the tournament's leading wicket taker.
It is indeed the tournament leading wicket taker into the attack, bowling at one of the best players in the tournament. And there it is, the deceiving slow ball. Jimmy tries to hit it with the leg, gone through his shot. Clever bowling from Kuggeleijn. Another wicket to the tally. That's 16 he's now got in this NPL. And the wonder man, the star man, the big 6-hitter, Neesham goes 45, just 23 balls. But the ball struggling for me, 130 for 7.
Shermala, whose bowling has had a significant impact as the tournament has gone on. He'll have work to do, just 8 balls left in the innings. Well, the 160, I think that's gone out the window. Might do well to scrap up to 140 now from here. 2 is the call, but Kuggeleijn will do the fielding. Oh no, he won't.
Yeah, good running, actually. See, there's more ways to skin a cat. You've got mixing his pace up well, is Kuggeleijn. You first come to the crease, you just want to get bat and ball. And it goes to the show, the fielders, no one at mid-wicket. Deep mid-wicket out on the boundary, just tap and run. Tap and run, look, good running between the wickets. He turned blind, but they've still got the 2.
Always coaching Guffey. Edged away, that's going to help. But it won't be two this time. Single to close out Kugeline's spell. He finishes with 1 for 32. It's 1-3-3 for 7.
Bond Superlight Gel.
But Lalit Rajbanshi may have a word or two to say about that leading wicket taker just yet.
Well, he's going to have to perform well with the ball for the Bolts, because 133 for 7. Less than the wanted, but can they get another 10 runs from somewhere?
Bahara into the attack, hit down towards Long On, who holds the catch. Brandon McMullen is a fine all-rounder, and he's made that look easy. Mala perishes in the hunt for quick runs.
Well, it's unlucky that actually from Mala. It's disappointed, but he's just come to the crease. Again, another cutter into the pitch. It seems to be the way they're going, the Royals, always thinking. Decent strike, the pace off the ball, straight down the throat of McMillan on the boundary. And another wicket falls, Shermala for 3. And the Bolts 133 for 8.
Kishore Mahado, the new man to the crease, just helped around the corner where Harmeet Singh does the fielding. He's not going to capture the headlines, but those 4 overs of Harmeet Singh, really important in the context of this first v second clash. 4 overs, 1 for 13.
You know, when he came into the side, I saw him at close quarters at a tournament over in Guyana, and when he told me he was coming over here, I thought, he's going to be a game changer. And then I saw the team we were coming to, and I thought, a definite game changer.
I think this might just be angling down. My initial instinct, this is a good decision from Buddy Pradhan. It was tailing in late. Is it just doing too much to miss the leg stump?
Tell you what, credit to the bowler, well bowled. Very, very good Yorker, but just sliding down the leg side. You always can tell with the keeper. You watch the keeper where he's going.
Another cutter into the surface and all the protections out there. Iree does such a great job at getting himself in what he feels are going to be the most highly trafficked positions. With a look at the dismissal here, well judged catch from Brandon McMullen.
Yeah, well judged. Nothing wrong with what the batter did. Just didn't get enough on it. Clever bowling. They do their own work, the Royals. They seem a very organised unit with bat and ball. A lot of thinking goes on in their camp, and you can tell with the performances.
Clothed to Long On. They'll want the second, and marvellous running is going to get them there.
He lapped him. That's always the advantage if you're the non-striker. You can bat up. He nearly lapped him. Watch this. He nearly lapped him. Oh, misfield enabled them to get back for 2. Good running from the Bolts.
Just good game awareness. You know that your role is to get the head down and run 2. Give Tripathi, the more recognised batter, the strike. If your run out coming to the non-striker's end, so be it. Really good. Final ball of the first innings. Edged away. Fielder should probably have held that, as Mahato wants another, and he'll be run out in the late hunt for more runs. Merely a footnote. They got the single, they won't get the second, and it will be 139 for 9 that the Bolts have finished with, meaning the Sudar Prashim Royals will